Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and it's all over for Vice President Kamala Harris at the end of next month. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. And if you're not watching us on YouTube, please check that address in the lower right-hand corner. It's youtube.com/@explainamerica. When you get there, please hit subscribe absolutely free. It really helps us out. The vice president had a disastrous performance in the presidential election. Lost everything, not just the White House, but the Senate, the House. Of course, Republicans still have the Supreme Court, which was not involved in the election. But when you look at it, it was disaster for the Democrats. And a lot of people believe, even Juan Williams said, there's a chance the Democrat Party is done as a national power. And I'm not ready to write the eulogy of the Democrat Party yet. We've seen this before. They were writing the eulogy of the Republican Party in 2020. And I think it's a lot of hyperbole. I think it's a lot of, over analyzing what's happening here. But I think the party of woke is done, finished, never coming back. And what this one expert said, he's a former Democrat donor, a mega donor, and he's an attorney, very deeply involved in politics. And what he said is, it doesn't matter because Kamala Harris is never coming back. I said this in the beginning of the election. I said, this is her one shot. She's got one shot at the presidency. This is it. This is her one best chance. I'm not saying she won't attempt to campaign again in the primary in the Democrats in 2028. I'm saying she won't get the nomination. I think her best path to stay in any way involved in politics is to run for the governor of California in 2026. But this guy says she's never coming back. You're done with her as of January 20th. You'll never see her again. That's what he says, at least in politics. And I'm curious. I was thinking to myself, wondering if he's right, because these people some of them are very narcissistic, and time away from the spotlight hurts them. They like to be in the spotlight. So I want you to listen to what he has to say here, and let me know what you think in the comments.
John Morgan is the founder of Morgan & Morgan and a former major Democratic donor. John, I was thrilled to have you tonight, and I wanted you to react to this. This was reporting out of Politico about what Kamala Harris was doing in Hawaii. Privately, the vice president has been instructing advisors and allies to keep her options open, whether for a possible 2028 presidential run or even to run as governor in the state of California in 2 years, as Harris has repeated in phone calls, I am staying in the fight. Your reaction to that?
Well, my reaction is, she thinks she's Obama. She goes to Hawaii because Obama goes to Hawaii. She started talking like Obama, imitating Obama. She is not Barack Obama. She has no talent. She can never run for president again. She ran once and got 0 delegates. She got 8% of California. I begged them not to put her up. She was going to be tethered to Biden no matter what. That was a zero-sum game for her. But she thought that all these votes were for her. They were not. The votes that she got were people voting against Trump, and the votes that Trump got were the people voting for Trump. What the Harris campaign should have done, instead of avoiding Joe Rogan and podcasts, it turns out that Barron Trump, who looks like a runway model, was telling his father, you need to go on podcasts. You need to go on Joe Rogan. He was 3 hours late to a rally because he was doing Joe Rogan because that was so important. So Barron Trump is a lot smarter than everybody in the Harris. They said they didn't go on Joe Rogan, the progressives around her. You heard what Carmel said. The progressives didn't want to go on Joe Rogan. Look, if I'm running, I'm going on Joe Rogan. I'm living on Fox. That's how you change minds. They played hide the ball. They lost badly. She should go away and never, ever come back. She spent almost $2 billion. They're raising money this week to pay off the debt. If you can't run your campaign, you damn sure can't run the country.
John, that is the most honest assessment, and I think the most accurate one I've heard from a Democrat so far. And I'm curious for you, as you move forward as a party, who's the future of your party?
Well, my future, look, I'm a Bill Clinton Democrat. And each year that's gone by, I've been pushed further and further and further out. The squad, defund the police, woke, it pushes people like me. I am not a democratic socialist. I was a Democrat with a capital C, capitalist. And I now am a registered independent because I cannot abide that business. And look, I love Joe Biden. I think he did a great job. If you look at the record, I know a lot of you all disagree, but objectively, I think history is going to be good to him. But Joe Biden is the end of my line with Democrats because of the Harrises of this world and the progressives pushing her to not go on Joe Rogan. That's where she should have been. Just where Barron Trump told his dad to go and all the other podcasts. So that's where I am today. I'm more for people than party. In Florida, I ran 2 amendments. I legalized medical marijuana and I raised the minimum wage. Had to get 60% of the vote. We did. You know why? Most of us agree on most things when you take the DNR down. So I would say to the squad and the defund the police crowd, mission accomplished. I'm out.
Yeah. John Morgan, we disagree on a lot. We are from different sides of the aisle, but we are both Floridians, and I think we both acknowledge reality. It seems like you did tonight. John Morgan, thank you, and welcome to the Independent. So that's interesting. Thank you very much.